Everybody, Mr. Brown here with Proclaim Ministries, helping you connect faith and life. Hey, if you like these thought of the days, go ahead and support our ministry. We'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead, at least like it. And if you don't like it, hit the like button twice. That's a joke because anyway, hey, I really appreciate you guys being a part of this. And if you can give to the ministry, we love that as well. Visit proclaimministry.com/give. You can also look at us on social media, where we are on social media, to help this message get out there. But today's thought of the day comes from talk radio. I don't know if you're a talk radio listener. I wasn't growing up. My grandfather was, though, and that's probably why I started listening to talk radio, because I never thought I'd be driving in the car or listening to somebody talk. Give me some music to jam to, but life changes. You go through seasons. So one of the most popular talk show hosts on talk radio is Rush Limbaugh, or was Rush Limbaugh. He passed away recently, and I don't know what brought this thought to my mind, but one of the things he would always say on his show was this: talent on loan from God. Actually, say it like this: talent on loan from God. And he was kind of joking, but he was speaking about how his greatness, right? He was kind of tongue in cheek saying, this is a great show. The name of his network was Excellence in Broadcasting, EIB Network. And I think he, with everything within him, tried to do his best. Now, he was controversial. Some people love him, some people hate him, but he was who he was, right? And he was the most popular pioneer for talk radio. And I just remember him saying that: talent on loan from God. And when I first heard him say that, I kind of laughed, but I'm like, man, how true is that? How true is that for all of us? That everything, all of our talent that we have is on loan from God. The Bible speaks about the fact that we will all stand before the judgment seat of Christ, that as believers we'll stand before him to give an account of our lives and what we used, the talents he entrusted us with. The Bible also talks about in 1 Corinthians about being stewards of what God has given us, to be people who manage it well. There's all kind of parables that Jesus told about. One of the most quoted verses that I remember hearing was, we will stand before God and he will say, "Welcome home, good and faithful servant." Or that was the parable of the servant. I think it was the talents. But anyway, my point is this: everything that we have, our talent, everything we own, possess, use, is on loan from God. And so I thought about this verse that we used a couple years ago in Vacation Bible School, Colossians 3:23 and 24. And read it. It says, "Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ." That's verses 20 and 24. And so because the talent that we have is on loan from God, therefore we should work heartily, or work hard for the Lord, and understanding we work for the Lord, not for men. And I know I probably talked about this in the past video, because it's something that comes up in my life on a regular basis, because sometimes it's so easy to focus on people. You see your boss in front of you. You kind of make sure your boss don't see you getting on your cell phone or texting, doing other stuff when you're at work, or, taking a cigarette break if you're doing that. But whatever it is, sometimes we got our eye on the human boss that we try to get over on them. And I'm guilty. I grew up working. Now, I did work hard, but there was times I tried to get over on the boss. Boss, well, look, I'm doing something else. Boss, looking, I'm working hard. But understanding that all I do for the Lord and not for men. And so whether I am making a podcast, whether I'm editing a video, whatever I'm doing, I want to do my best. I'm standing before students. I want to do my best, because ultimately my work is an act of worship, or a gift of worship or sacrifice to the Lord before people. Yes, I am serving people, but I'm really serving the Lord in everything I do. And so that statement, and maybe whether you like him or not, please don't make this the issue about Rush Limbaugh. If you're not a Rush Limbaugh liker or whatever, you a fan, because I think in our culture we're so divisive, we can't even quote people and say, you know what they said over there is good, and what they said over there I don't like. We just dismiss the person altogether. Like, it's been very hard to quote people because everybody, well, he said this too. Well, we ain't talking about what he said over there. We're talking about what he said over here, right? And that quote that I like from him is, talent on loan from God. Apply that to your life. Tell me what you think about that. What do you think about that idea that your talent is on loan from God, and one day it will be gone? And the truth is this: even as we live our lives, even before we die, our influence only has a expiration date. I won't always get to influence little kindergartens. I won't always be able to sit on the floor and sing Daniel Tiger songs with them. I won't be able to always stand before a teenager and talk about sex education. I may not be able to do that, but I can now, and I will now. And that talent that I have is on loan from God. Again, like I said in the previous thoughts of the days, I love to hear from you. Please leave a comment. If this is on YouTube, leave a comment. If you watch this on our app, we want to have a conversation. And again, maybe I'll do this topic on my podcast as well. Well, talk a little bit more deep about this idea of that my talent and your talent is on loan from God. Now, I want to make sure I hear that right. Talent on loan from God. Oh, yeah.